Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 72, and today we have 3 more games with St Johnstone as we take on Watford at home first, back in the Premier League on the back of that fantastic series best, possibly, win over Roma by 4-0 in the Champions League round of 16 first leg. Then we take on Newcastle in the FA Cup round of 16 replay at McDermott Park as well 2 days later, which of course we'll be fielding a weakened side for. And then our third and final game today is going to be away against Sean Dyche's Burnley at Turf Moor. And starting the episode off as well, we have a squad report too, where you would have seen that Barry Hamilton, who scored his first goal for the club in the last episode, is now an 81 overall. Unbelievable. And also, Logan Reed has finally hit 80 as well. So now there are 2 players that are 80 plus in the St Johnstone side, and 2 of our most important as well. So that's the squad report shown for you. And now let's move on to the academy so you can see how our youth team are getting on. It gets harder and harder to do the squad report quicker without wanting to tell you more about the players as I'm going through. But still, look at our academy then, and you can see how the players are currently getting on right now. I think I might release Jack Ross, who's not looking too good. Still a couple of pretty decent players in our academy. Ewan Graham still the highlight right now. 86, 92 potential, 67 overall rated goalkeeper. Dougie McLean, not bad either. And Angus Reid too. Very excited for him as well. Oh, and John Sutar still wants to be sold. I just remembered as well, last month, Sutar came to us and said he wanted to be sold. He still wants to move as well. That's kind of annoying. Not really sure what to do with that one, because I like Sutar, but I don't think he'll ever get back in the first 11 ever again. Alright, so here we go then. First game against Watford here in the Premier League. We won our last league game. That was only our second win in our last 8 in the Premier League against Manchester City. We are back in this title race, but we need to keep on winning though if we are to still have any chance whatsoever of picking up the crown come the end of the season. So Watford first in today's episode. Let's get a big win here in Scotland. Come on, St Johnstone. We can't afford to drop points in the league once again. We finally got a win against City. That's now 2-8. We need to make it 3-9 here if we are to stay in this title race. And here's McDonald finding Hamilton, bearing down on goal. And that should have been 1-0. Good chance here for us on the break as Fraser is taken out from mine. That's got to be a red. That's got to be a straight red card for Hernandez. Fraser had the ball, was running forward. He was starting a break, and there it is. Straight red card, terrible challenge. He gets what he deserves. Watford down to 10 men very early on, and Hernandez can have absolutely no complaints. Awful challenge, reckless, late from behind. Definite red card, he's off. And I knew it before the referee even got the card out. It's going to be backs to the wall for the entire game for the Hornets right now, or so you would think, as Burke finds Kingsley down the right-hand side. All we got to do is get 1 goal, and that'll be the game. Kingsley inside towards Ollie Burke, and that should have been the first goal, but he skews it wide. Come on! Watford down to 10, a couple of early chances for the Sainties, but now we got to take one. Come on, I just want an early goal to settle some nerves, and once we get it, the pressure's off, because Watford aren't going to score in this game. They're very defensive already as it was, and now they're down to 10 men. They're certainly not going to attack at all, so we just need the 1 goal, and the pressure is off. Come on, Burke on the ball. Tony asks for it. He'll get it inside the area. He'll lay it back towards Ollie Burke. Burke on the ball, through towards Ewan, back towards Ollie Burke, who skies it. Come on! 1 goal will be enough, and we put 4 past Roma last Tuesday, so we should have it in us to beat a 10-men Watford side here, but I don't know, the longer the game goes on, this is like the Newcastle game, the more I start to worry we'll never find that goal. As Tony goes down the right, Cathcart comes across, Tony takes it around him, gets himself inside, waits for the right run, finds his man Hamilton, Pantilon makes the save, and it goes behind for a corner. A big stop there by the Romanians, still 0-0. We're pressing, but we just can't break the deadlock. Oh my god, I am literally beginning to scream internally right now. I mean, this is just, if we fail to win this game, I don't know what to say, man, seriously. Well, title's over. Like, the chance of winning the title's over if we fail to win this game. There's no denying that, and it's a bold statement, but I'll definitely say there's a strong chance we'll fail to finish in the top 4 as well. These are bankers, for goodness sake. And I'm going to have a goalless draw against 10 men Watford here at home, and Watford could be through here as well, and this is worrying. I cannot get the ball off them, and they are inside here, and a really good chance to make it 1-0, and Logan Reed makes a save. What's going on? And the game is coming to its close, and I can't believe this, man. We're going to slip up at home to Watford in a game where we've dominated. They've had 10 men for almost the entire duration of it, and yet we can't score a goal. It's me on FIFA nowadays. It's literally all that happens, and that cross is deflected, and Reed claims it. Come on, 1 late chance. Let's push it. Let's go. Christie through towards Tony. Tony towards McDonald. McDonald towards McBurney down the left-hand side. We need a goal. We need someone to be a hero. It's inside to Ewan. It's Ewan to Tony Watt. Yes, get in. Tony Watt wins us the game. And surely with 3 minutes to go, the points are ours. When we need a hero, we know we can rely on last season's Golden Boot winner, Tony Watt. McDonald to him, he levers it, and it goes past Pantilimon into the back of the net. 1-0 St Johnstone. Oh, thank God for that. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't convincing, but it is now back-to-back wins in a league for the first time in a long time for the Sainties. And oh my goodness, the relief on my face right now. If we slipped up in this game, I mean, that would have been that. The season would have been over. No doubt we deserved a win. Of course, after Watford went down to 10 men, we were the far superior side. We get those 3 points we deserve. We needed them. We're still in this title race just by the skin of our teeth. So it's time for our second game of today's episode, and we take on Newcastle in the FA Cup round of 16 replay here in Scotland just 2 days after that victory against Watford. I would of course field a weakened side, but I still do want us to pick up some silverware this season, so progressing to the quarterfinals, in my opinion, should be considered mandatory despite the backup brigade being out there. So come on, St Johnstone, it's still a big game despite the weak team. Can we get the win? Let's find out. Well, going out now in the FA Cup round of 16 is no shame, but I do believe that our best realistic chance of winning our first piece of silverware of the series does come in this competition. There's no doubt in my eyes. I mean, there's still a slim chance of us winning the title, even after that win against Watford, though I still think it's unlikely. There's still the tiny possibility of us winning the Champions League, but our best chance surely comes in this competition. And this is brilliant build-up, and that should have been 1-0 as well, but João Miguel has just performed a miraculous save to keep his side still on level terms. What a stop there to deny Malcolm Mitchell, and it's still goalless when we should be in front. Good tackle there by Rob Robertson. Now Gordon the Giant releases Malcolm Mitchell down the right hand side, and away he goes. Paul Dummett had to let him go because he's on an early booking. He takes around Grant Hanley. He feeds it inside towards Robertson. Oh, lovely back heel. But it went like directly halfway between both of my players in the area, and just either side to one of them, and that surely would have been 1-0 there. But Kane's on the ball, skips around his man. Brilliant work from Chris Kane, and Gray will surely make it 1-0, and he hits the post. Alistair Gray hits the post. It would work twice in the first game against Newcastle. We've already hit it 33 minutes into this one as well. It just seems like we're destined to be exiting the FA Cup and not making it to the quarterfinals. Sissoko charged down by Chris Kane, and Kane won't let him go. Brilliant work from Chris Kane, and finds Murray Davidson, and it is the skipper, and João Miguel makes another fine save, his second of the game, and it's still 0-0. Are we ever going to score? Mike on down the left for Newcastle, pokes it inside, and Gordon the Giant with a brilliant challenge wins it back for us. Still tied at 0-0, 24 minutes to go. Are we going to find the winning goal, which we deserve? Come on, Kirk Young goes down the left-hand side here, back inside towards Ewan McDonald, back out wide towards Young, off the bench here, down this left flank. Yedlin comes across, Young takes it around him, crosses towards Chris Kane in the area, it'll drop towards Murray Davidson. It's set up for him, and he's skied it. Oh, great chance here for Newcastle to win the game completely against a run of play, and they've done so as well. 4 seconds on the clock of normal time to play, and totally undeserved. Newcastle are going to knock us out of the cup and go through to the quarterfinals. I don't believe it. I lost my discipline a little bit there, going out of position with John Souttar. It's a great finish in fairness. Nicholson can't get anywhere near it. And I don't believe this. I really don't believe this. In both of the games against the Magpies, we've been on top and the clear superior side, and yet we're not going to score a single goal and get knocked out of the cup before reaching the quarters. I mean, this is just sickening. And there it is as well, the full-time blown pretty much directly after that goal. Newcastle are through. I don't know what to say. I'm literally, I'm furious. I really am furious. I mean, look at these stats, you know, like, don't get me wrong, we weren't exactly dominant to the point where it's not fair. But, I mean, we were the superior side, no doubt about that. You'll see on the highlights too, the only clear-cut chance they had was the goal they scored. Oh my word, I mean, twice! We were so much better than them, yet we couldn't score even one goal. That's so frustrating, man. And that's a trophy gone. That's a trophy gone, and realistically, our best chance of silverware gone as well. And I know what some of you guys will be thinking as well. If you were that concerned about winning a trophy this year, and that was realistically your best shot, why field a weakened side in every round? Well, it's just because we've got too many games during the season, and I said before, fitness problems on FIFA are just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's like if you play your players, one day, in 3 days' time, they won't recover on time. You have to keep on rotating your side, and that's what I use the cups for, is to get the first team players back to full fitness. But anyway, enough dwelling on the past. We could still possibly win the title, and if we win this game away at Turf Moor against Burnley, we are still in the running. So a big game to end today's episode off here. We've won our last 2 in the league. Now we need to make it 3 from 3, return to winning ways in all competitions, get a big victory, and show the teams above us we are still in this title race and not giving up yet. Just on the discussion of fitness problems, by the way, I mean, the proof is right now. You might see in the bottom right that several of my players have started this game on about 90% fitness, yet they didn't even play in the Newcastle game. Not a single player in this first 11 played in that game against Newcastle on Thursday, yet some of these players are still on 100%. I mean, that sums it all up. Fitness problems in this game, it needs to be toned down. Like seriously, players need to be able to recover a lot quicker than they do, because unless you've got a team full of like so many players that have like 85 plus stamina, they're always going to be tired when you've got midweek games to play. Anyway, enough on that. I say stuff like this every single season when there's fixture congestion, but it's true. It's true. It's one of the really annoying parts about career mode. Regular rotation is always required, and that is quite frustrating with a poor team to begin with at the very least. That's a good cross by Burke towards McDonald, and that could have been 1-0 early. Corner to St Johnstone. We need a goal. We've got a great chance here just before the break. Fraser to take it. Whips one in towards Barry Hamilton. Oh, just onto the roof of the net. He's got the goal scoring touch now, Barry. He's really fancying his chances of adding more goals to his collection. And I really wish he would have done so, but instead Sam Vokes is through to try and score. He'll find his teammate inside the area, and it's off the post, and Patterson makes a great tackle there to prevent the rebound from being turned in. Burnley hitting the woodwork as we escape. It's still goalless. Oh, come on, we need a goal. We need to win. Come on, throw to us. 20 minutes to go. We need a goal. Callum Patterson, it is your time, son. The special long throw. In it goes towards Tony Watt up in the air. Still danger not fully cleared. Matt Loughton has shot on the ball, it seems. It will drop towards Ryan Fraser. Fraser towards Smith off the bench. In towards Tony. Tony turns. Gets some shooting space. What a save by Shevchenko. And McDonald's header just wide of the post. Come on, Tierney towards you and McDonald. Still a late chance here. Fraser on the ball, and McBurney, if you get your skates on, son, you could have the run on that Burnley player there, but Fraser plays it through towards his man Ryan Christie instead. Holds his man off, through towards McBurney. Surely Oliver McBurney. Oh, what a save. Shevchenko, McDonald back inside, and again, Shevchenko with a brilliant double save and a foul given for some peculiar reason. Still 0-0. My players are flat out. It's just not going to happen. 4 seasons, and I'm sure there'll be no silverware still in the trophy cabinet for St Johnstone. A massive slip up away at Turf Moor. 0-0, simply put, is not good enough. Inconsistent form has been a problem all season long. We've barely been able to string wins together, and our win streak here ends with 2 games. That's it. I honestly do believe that this season, despite it being our debut one in Europe, has been my most frustrating one of the series ever. Our form has just been hideous, and another terrible result is added to the collection. 0-0. It's just not good enough. And that will end today's episode of Club and Country as well, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. We are going to end the episode off with 2 pieces of bad news. First, Oliver Burke has sprained his knee and is out for 3 weeks. He always gets an injury at some point during the season. Now he's finally got a knock. And also, St Johnstone are now out of the top 4 once again. And with 11 games to go, we're 2 points away from 3rd and 4th. And I've got to say, our title dreams are now over. And maybe, just maybe, we'll also lose our place in next year's Champions League too. We'll have to wait and see, right? But that will end the episode regardless. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.